What is up, peeps? This is For The Win TCG, and I'd welcome you back to another YouTube video. And I hope you did have a great weekend. But with that said, let's get into this. We're going to be revisiting Charizard. I am absolutely in love with Charizard. It's such a great card. When I did try that out a short time ago, one would say, it was really good, and it's one of the first ever Charizard cards that can genuinely hold its own and be competitively viable. So I thought, in this fire dominant format, why not give it a shot and see what we can do? So I've incorporated the new Charmeleon that came out, well, I guess technically it came out, well, actually some time ago. Now that I think about it, it came out, I believe, isn't it in what's that mini set? What's that mini set? Dragon Majesty? Did I get it right? See, that's how much I like. Okay, there's been many sets and I've paid attention to all of them. I've got packs in all of them. The one set I got 0 packs in was Dragon Majesty. Anything I have Dragon Majesty, I had to trade for. So Dragon Majesty is a set I did not touch. So that's why I struggled to remember that. With that said, we have the new Salazzle, which of course it came out in Unbroken Bonds. We have Ninetales for consistency purposes, but we have things like Fire Crystal, Welder, and it's ridiculously consistent because, well, the last Charizard I covered, or the last list that I provided, was pretty consistent in itself. Combine it with its now self-capability to charge up without damaging itself with the likes of Welder, it's crazy. And if you use a Welder and a self-charge up, that is 4, which is 230 damage. So this deck has incredible damage potential for a non-GX Pokemon. So I thought it'd be really fun just to test out and see how far you can go with Charizard on its own. And is it something that could really rival things? Now, there's different ways you can go about this. That's definitely certain. This is kind of a bad... I kind of want a Welder here, you know? Okay, no, I'm not going to do that. You could play this with Incineroar. That is the new Incineroar that allows you to do extra 30 damage. And then if you combine that with the original attack and then a choice span, you can actually one-shot a Reshiram, which is insane damage. Now, it's quite hard to do, so I'm not playing it in this particular deck now, because doing Charizard, a Incineroar, and a Salazzle, and a load of Ninetales is quite inconsistent, even though, of course, there are like 3 stage 2 decks that use Ninetales to kind of knit it all together. It is still a little bit inconsistent and harder to, well, I wouldn't say inconsistent, it's a bit harder to make consistent is what I should say, and would take a bit more time. So I want to experiment with that as well, but for now I just want to visit the card anyway. Regardless, we are here and we are going. Already, we've got pretty much a hand to determine what we need. Now, considering we're playing Lost March, we don't need incredible damage. We just need to get Charizards out and just attack. So things like Welder ain't going to be too insane in this particular matchup. But I really like the idea of being able to charge a Charizard up without actually having to risk putting damage counters on it so you can maintain its high HP. Or just having the ability to, you could just destroy almost any Pokemon in the game with an energy attachment, a Welder, if you have these cards in your hand, of course, and a Roaring Resolve, which is 5 energy, which is 250, 280 damage if you count the 30, and a Choice Band, which will make it 310 damage. So that's the capability you can do in one turn. Now, obviously, that's with everything lining up perfectly, but with the likes of Charizard discarding some energy and us playing things like Fire Crystal, then we can actually recover the energy, and it makes it pretty easy to pull off if you have a Welder in hand. So as long as you have a Welder in hand, and you have a Fire Crystal with energy in the discard pile already, you can just use that, attach, Welder, charge up with Roaring Resolve, and you're already hitting a 280 damage, right? So it's something that is quite doable in the mid to late game in this deck. So it's pretty fun, and I really want to achieve that here, even though I won't do it in this exact matchup, because let's be real, it ain't gonna happen here. Not in a Lost March. It's just not worth it. All right, let's just get one out now, and I guess a switch. I'd rather get, yeah, I guess a switch for the time being. What have they already got in the Lost Zone? Wow, 3 already. Yeah, we'll just do that, and we'll just start taking out these hop hips. I really want to play a draw supporter. This is the downside to Welder. If you don't have energy, you can't actually play the card, but so be it. So be it. We do play another card in this deck that does indeed act as a good tech. and it's actually in the prize card, so you might see it soon. But it is a card that I'm also considering making a deck on itself, which is going to be quite interesting. So there's a card I have in here as a tech that I thought, hey, that would actually do well on its own. And let's see if this card does come out now. No, it doesn't. So if you see the card, I'll let you know. If not, I'll keep it a secret. But you probably will. In fact, you are, because I'm going to be releasing the list. So it's Reshiram. So if you don't know, a long time ago, I don't know if this was in... Actually, was the Reshiram released in Dragon Majesty? I don't know. I don't know which set it was in. But it's similar to the Zekrom that I have paid so much attention to in the past with my Vikavolt Zekrom deck. But it does 130 damage plus a downfall. So Reshiram would be 130 damage for free fire energy, or well, 2 fire energy in the colorless, and will be unable to attack the following turn. So there's a deck that I've made with Welder, Jirachi, switches and stuff to allow you to fully attack. It's kind of like a discount Reshiram, but it's just for a single prize, and it's like a 2-shot type deck rather than it being a one-shot Reshiram deck but for less prizes. And it plays things like Shrine of Punishment, so it can really rack up damage pretty quick, and it can work very, very well. So I'm working on that deck as well. But basically, you can pretty much tell I've been really paying attention to fire Pokemon now. Not that I've neglected it since the release of the set, but I've been really trying since the release to really figure out what would be a great way to mess around with Welder that isn't already established. So things like Reshiram wasn't really on my radar because, as you guys know, I'm not a big fan of playing these just big one-hit meta decks. I like messing around a bit. So I've just had a keen eye on some cards. One of them is Charizard, one of them is Reshiram. I've got another one as well that I've got a keen eye on that involves fire. So yeah, I'm going to start bringing them out now because I think I'm starting to really fine-tune them. And hopefully it goes well, but this is a problem. This is a problem here. Just right on the get-go. Now, they do have no cards, so we can't... Well, I guess they got one, but we can Guzma and just hope. Yeah, see, that's what we're gonna have to... We're going to have to Guzma here for a Vulpix and just Beacon, which feels so bad. But I guess we just have to do it. In that case, I think I'm going to get Slandit and Charmander. Because what really puts this deck together is the draw power of the deck. But we have no energy in hand. Even though we play 12 in this deck, we have none. Fiery Flint would be a good shout. But, well, as I just said, Dragon Majesty is a card I've never opened, so I don't even have any Fiery Flint, and they are really expensive right now on the market, obviously. So I've been a bit reluctant to get them, but it may be necessary in this deck just to get fire energy. Or you could play the likes of Viridian Forest, which I think I do. I think I played 2 in this deck, unless I'm confusing myself. I don't think I do now that I think about it. Because there'd be no point of playing it in this deck in particular unless it is strictly for draw power. Speaking of, Heat Factory, give us a bit of a save here. I'm not even going to Welder, I'm just going to do this. We could Welder this turn. We could definitely Welder. Just to get some extra draw and have a good attack on the Charizard without damaging it next turn. That's something we can do. That's good news. I guess we could Rescue Stretch and then get another Charmander down. Yeah, let's do that. I'll just discard the Vulpix. I guess. And a Fire Energy. And get another Charmander down with an energy on it. Sweet. So that's a recovery of sorts, but they could really go down to the prizes that they are looking to go for really quickly here, which is a bit scary. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a big fan of them going around and just dominating my deck at this current moment in time, but what you need to bear in mind is they are not getting any sort of draw support right now. Hopefully that was a Fire Energy on the top deck. That'd be fun. So, for the time being, we could definitely catch up. So long as they don't draw these 2 prizes as anything valuable. So, I'm like crossing my fingers here a little bit. Okay, this is a bit of a shame. But we still have something we can just clench onto right now. Let's just take out this Jumpluff. That's free energy in a discard pile now, isn't it? Right? Give me a Fire Energy. Oh, yeah, perfect. Perfect, 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 perfect. Fire Crystal's great. Okay, sweet. So we can get a fresh draw of 6 without even playing a draw supporter. That's good news. So we need it. Oh, they got the Poke Gear as well. Oh, they got exactly what they needed. Probably going to pull like a Lily or something. Right. Oh, they're greens. I think greens is a pretty good... That's actually a pretty good card in this deck now that I think about it. Yeah. But it's risky with the Emolga, no? How? Wow, they're going old school, huh? How? That's interesting. All right, let's just take this out and hope that they don't have anything following this, because I've explained this so many times when playing Lost March. If you just get KO'd first, odds are you're going to lose. It's harsh, but it's very, very true. Unless you get turns where they don't have the energy or the ability to attack. Because it's just punch, 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 punch. It just gets more powerful as time goes on. It's just the way it works. Please give me a Charizard here. Ha! Yes. And I don't even need to damage it. I don't even need to damage it. I can just weld it right now. So that's good news. So you would have seen here the capability of this card. Well, you're witnessing it here. I could attach an energy. I could Roaring Resolve. I could attach a Choice Band. And if it was like a massive GX Pokemon, I could just go for some crazy KO. But obviously we don't need to here. So I'm just going to kind of hold my cards close to my chest, I would say, and use these Fire Energy for draw if we need to. Now, the very awkward thing is, in some point in the late game, you are going to just lose energy. So, using Roaring Resolve is more of an early game thing, if I am going to be honest. Ah, they got it. They got the energy. That's a shame, but that is what happens when you play Lost March. If you don't keep up to speed, you will just lose. So fair play. We'll roll into another one, and hopefully we play a big GX deck that we can just destroy. Like, I want to come up against Reshiram. That would just be so poetic. Like, oh, you got Reshiram and Charizard? Well, I'm just going to use my Charizard and just annihilate you. I really want to play a Reshiram deck. It'd just be really fun. And we may be coming up against it now. Fire and Psychic. Maybe Reshiram with a Lele, or with Lele's. Or at least I'm hoping. I'm hoping it's a Reshiram deck. That'd be really cool. Come on, let me see what you got going. Decent hand. That's not too bad. But let me just... I really want this to be a Reshiram deck. And I really want to just absolutely wreck things. It'd be so fun. Come on, be Reshiram. It's not. It's some sort of flip deck. Okay, this is interesting. What have you got going down here? Is it Pylon Serenis? What have you got going on down here, buddy, huh? Flip... A psychic flip card that uses Welder. Okay, what fire flip cards are there? I'm actually intrigued. This is cool. All right, we're going to have some unique gameplay here, unless I'm missing something extremely obvious. Which, let's be real, that's like most of the time, isn't it? Like, I just missed something completely clear. Crap. I don't want to discard anything here, so I might just go for a Cynthia. Although I have like a next turn. Oh, no. Okay, I was going to say I have a rare candy and like an Ultra Ball next turn, but we've got the tools anyway here to get a Pokemon, sorry, get a Charizard out next turn. Especially with that switch. That's something we definitely have tools for now. So let's get ourselves another... Oh, wow, we don't even have another... Wow, do we only have one Charmander? Wow! We have prized 3 Charmander. What in... What? What are the odds? Okay. Nonetheless, we have everything we need in our hand anyway for turn to attack. So, I think... I'm just going to Beacon here. I might as well just get a Charmeleon and a Ninetales GX, I guess. Yeah, let's do that. I'm really reluctant to play support Pokemon GX in this deck, so things like Lele and Dedenne, because this deck can just cause a huge liability in the deck. Now, obviously, playing the Ninetales in itself is a liability, but if you're playing things like Lele and Dedenne, you're averaging 2 GX Pokemon in play, which is quite scary, right? Because you're going to average out dropping a Ninetales down and dropping 1 Lele or something for a support option in most games if you're going to run that type of deck. But I think relying on a Salazzle can help, but at the same time, It's a bit scary not being able to draw without having energy. But I thought playing 12 energy... Okay, it is a Reshiram. So why the Victini? Maybe this is just a bad list. Which I don't like describing a list as bad. I don't think there's such thing. But I see How. I see Welder. And I see a Victini for no apparent reason. So this might be a new guy, or they might have some weird trick up their sleeve. That's like my best bet here. Now they are playing Charizard, which is cool, but it just seems like this is a bit. And I don't like jumping the gun, so I could be so wrong. Obviously, don't get that twisted, right? I could be so wrong, but I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm hoping I'm wrong, because it would be nice to play a proper Reshiram deck. But nonetheless, here we are. I don't know if I want to do its effect. Kind of don't. There's no need. It's not necessary. Let's not go in discarding stuff that we might need. So let's see anyway. We'll see on the top deck what we actually got. Yeah, see, I wouldn't want to discard that. Okay. In that sense of the word, I think it would be a good idea just to evolve this, keep it alive, and get ourselves a Nest Ball and I guess another switch. Okay. Oh, a Choice Band would be valuable for later on. Should we? We have the Fire Crystal on our hand anyway if we need to recover the energy and use it. That's cool. Yeah, I think I'm going to Nest Ball for a... Oh yeah, I can't Nest Ball for a Charmander because I prized 3 of them. Ah! Alright, regardless. A bit of a misplay on my part, but that's fine. Let's go for Roaring Resolve here and just take out this Charmander while we're here. Next time we have another Charizard to work with. And if we pull a Welder, we could hit the combo that we need to one-shot a Reshiram. So, I'm excited. I want to see how it works. Give me the Welder! That's not the Welder! Which is not shocking because there's 3 of you in there! Oh my god, that is just painful. That is just absolutely painful. Here they come with a Reshiram. Obviously, this guy is playing Welder. So he can just go in with a turn 1 GX. Turn 1, or his first attack, I guess, being a GX attack. So he can do that. But I wonder what exactly is going on in this guy's list. Okay, it looks like they are going to do that. Which is fine. We are prepared. To some degree. At least. But, yeah, I assume they're going to GX here to get the KO. If not, we can still hit them for 130, 160 Choice Band, but we don't want to use a Choice Band unless it's necessary. So, we can hit him 130. I would say. Oh, do we hit 160? I don't know. I don't know what this guy's doing, what this guy's playing. It's a bit hard to determine what's the best thing to do. It's a bit rough, I'm going to be honest. Okay, let's do this. And let's recover some energy. Get some draw as well, I guess. I don't think we have the one-shot turn coming up, unfortunately. Unless we draw Fire Energy and a Welder here, which is unlikely, but possible. Nah, thought so. Okay, alright. Well, we could do some good damage here. We could do 210. Okay, I'm not going to use the Choice Band. I'm going to drop it on this Charmander because it could be more valuable for another Reshiram if it comes down. Then we're going to... Cynthia. Yeah. Well, Cynthia now. There's a Welder. That's interesting. Okay. And we do have a Heat Factory as well. I'm not going to play that yet. I'm going to wait for next turn. Let's Roaring Resolve here. Now, they are probably going to outrage us for knockout, but that's fine. As long as they keep it in the active, that's good news. And then we do need to just find a top deck of Charizard or a Rescue Stretcher, which is also really pretty good. And we can top deck 6 cards with Welder Heat Factory. Well, we can top deck more, actually. If we get Fire Energy or Fire Crystal, we could definitely draw, what, 9 cards off the top of the deck? So those are getting Charizard quite high so long as we get what we need. If we get Fire Crystal, that'd be perfect. If we just draw energy off the Welder, because what I'm thinking is I Welder first to guarantee that we get them for KO without needing to charge up. Well, actually, no. In that sense, it might be better. Yeah. We could Heat Factory first, but I don't want to risk not getting the full-on Welder. But then at the same time, we can just Roaring Resolve. So we have the guarantee. And I think what's important is getting the Charizard. So what I'm thinking basically is we could Heat Factory and Salazzle to draw 6 rather than, and using these 2 energy to do that, rather than Welder, draw 3 and potentially dead draw. Right? That's what I'm thinking. You're seeing more cards, and we still have a route to get energy anyway. So that's what I'm thinking. So I think that's what I'm going to do instead. Especially with that. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do that. Let's see how this goes. Do we get Charizard? We already got it. Sweet. Okay. So in that sense, we can just... I kind of like using Welder. No, I don't like using Welder here. No, I'd rather use Welder with the guaranteed double energy so we don't have to put damage counters on ourselves. Let's just do that for now. Okay, now we could Welder. With that said, I'm going to bring a Charizard line back. And I'm going to Ultra Ball probably the Switch and the Guzma. And get a Charmander down. And then we Welder to the Charmander. It's for 1 energy, which is lackluster, but we have a charged up Charmander ready to go for a bigger attack. Oh, that's good news. Let me attach here. Let me Roaring Resolve. There we are. Running low on energy. Yikes. And then we take out the Reshiram. How many Welder we use now? Just the 1. Okay, that's good news. And we still have a ton of Fire Crystal left, so... Odds of getting a Charmander? Quite high. Let's find out. Oh, wow. Okay. The last 2 are Charmander. That's crazy. Okay, I thought so. I was like, hang on. Something to say now, adding up. Okay, so we have the Ultra Ball to get the next Charizard out, which is sweet if they don't. Chaos. But we are going to start wandering into a bit of a concerning issue. Running out of energy. Being unable to use Roaring Resolve. That is a concern. Like, for real. We can do it next turn guaranteed. Although they've got it here. But it's a definite concern. Not being able to Roaring Resolve. We'd have to rely on Fire Crystal Welder. That's what we'd have to rely on. Damn. Maybe an Energy Recycler would be good in this deck still. Because I had an Energy Recycler in the original Charizard deck. But... considering I was going for the whole Welder thing, I thought Fire Crystal would be an efficient energy recovery, but maybe for Roaring Resolve, it's better to have a... it's a question to ask. That's something we need to bear in mind. So maybe, if you can fit it. Bear in mind, this deck is like super tight. It's like, it's a bit troublesome. It's a bit troublesome of a build. Regardless, they're going to take us out. We're going to respond with our own Charizard. Which is good. I guess I can get rid of a Cynthia and a Rare Candy. Oh, I don't like that, though. I don't like getting rid of another Rare Candy. That's like our last 2. And we've used up our Charmeleon, so I'm not going to get rid of the Rare Candy, no. No, I'm not. No, definitely not getting rid of a Rare Candy. Yeah. So we'd have to get rid of, what, the Energy and the Cynthia? Which is like a feel bad, man. That's actually a feel bad. Alright, we could just get rid of the Ultra Ball, but I need to bench this. That's like a guarantee, so... do I attach that energy? I think I do, you know. I think that's more valuable than the draw itself. Let's get rid of an Ultra Ball and a Cynthia. I really want to keep these Rare Candies. There we go. Oh, yeah, we do have the Charmeleon. I'm so stupid. Oh, yeah, we do, don't we? Oh, we've priced a Charizard as well? I played 4 Charizard. Okay, so the last 2 of our prizes is a Charizard and a Charmander. Or did we get the last Charmander? A Charizard and a Charmander, I think, right? So in that sense, it's a bit valuable that we get the KO, which we do. We got the KO here, which is good. We don't even need to Roaring Resolve, which is nice. We can evolve to the Charmeleon. No, we can't. Not yet. Let's evolve to you. Let's just check our deck, find out what's going on with this Nest Ball. So we still have a 9-tailed line. We still have Fire Crystals and Welders. So we're in a pretty good spot for the next couple of turns if we draw properly. So that's cool. Alright, so I think we just continuous Blaze Ball here. And hope that we pull the Charizard. in hopes that they don't get an attack to respond with, right? Oh, we pulled the Charmander. All right, now we just got to cross our fingers a little bit here. I'm not going to lie. Although, tell a lie, I think... No. Didn't anticipate this. Did not anticipate the Rapidash. So that is why the Victini is in the deck. See, I knew there was something. Knew there was something. I think this is a deck I made a long time ago, actually, exploring fire types with Welder. I think this was one of the ones I did, right? Being able to get immunity... Pretty much turn 1 if you go second. Well, no. Turn 2 because you need to evolve, obviously. Rapidash is a fun little card. It's a fun little card. We do have Guzma to work around it. In fact, we have Guzma Retreat. So we have game if they don't KO us here. Which they aren't going to do. So we have game. Well, no, we don't. Not just yet. No, we don't have game. Not at all. I was going off the idea that we could Roaring Resolve, but we can't. We need to take a turn to Roaring Resolve. And if they don't attack, they do need... Have they played a support of a turn? Which is where you could check that. I just don't pay attention. But if they don't have a Welder play... Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, we just need to top deck a Fire Crystal. That is it. Out of 8 cards, though. 2 out of 8. That's a 1 in 4 chance. No, we don't. Okay, that's fine. We'll just manually evolve you. What damage your attack? 80 damage. Okay. Discarding is pointless. We're going to evolve you anyway, but I'm just thinking I kind of need to play a Guzma, you know? I don't want this thing going down. Man, that's tough. I think I Guzma. Yeah. I don't think it matters which one, but we'll Guzma the Mew. We'll throw out the Charmeleon, and we're just relying on a top deck here. This is a bit risky, but I'm going to Ultra Ball these 2 away and get that Ninetales out so we can increase the chance for top deck. We still have 1 Fire Energy. Which means attaching to that Charmander was a mistake. So we get the Ninetales and increase the odds of top decking the Fire Crystal quite well. So it's now a 1 in 3 chance. We could Roaring Resolve to again increase the odds. But is that going to work? If we Roaring Resolve, we go down to 90 HP. Right? No, it's 2 damage. 90 HP. They can't KO us, right? Unless they drop down something stupid that could just whack. We're going to do it. We're going to Roaring Resolve. Please. Please be a Fire Crystal. This is like our only turn to get the win here because... They have to attach an energy to get the retreat on the Mew if they don't have a switch or anything, which is likely, but let's say they don't. Which means they don't get their agility unless they have a Welder. Which means they don't get the immunity chance. Which then means if we just top deck a Fire Crystal... Ah, they got Guzma. Oh, this is just getting super complicated. I mean, we can still do it. We just need the Fire Crystal. Ah, they got the energy. Just don't get heads. I know I'm asking a lot. I'm begging for that 25% chance to work in my favor right now. Please. Don't get the hits. No, they got it right away. Oh, this is super concerning. Oh, this is... Okay, we just got to pass again. Oh, this is intense. Okay. You just got to hope that they don't get the immunity. Because the thing is, if they don't get the immunity, we can retreat. It's fine. If we get a Fire Crystal, we're good. We get an attachment for turn on the Charizard. Then we can weld it to the Ninetales, and we're fresh. We're good to go. We can retreat and just... Yeah. Come on. Come on. Give me the Fire Crystal now. Yes. We have game. We have victoriousness. Is that a word? I don't know. Whew. Well played, my friend. See? I never like to call a list a bad list. The guy played well. He played very well. But we get our sweet victory. We attach this to the Ninetales. We retreat. We attach. We score. Victory. That was intense, and I did not expect that. So, a fair play to my opponent there. Pearl and Serenis, absolutely wonderful. And with that said, that is the list. We managed to beat a Reshiram, albeit an alternative Reshiram list. It's fun. This deck is absolutely fun. It's more fun than what it was before when I last looked at the deck. So much stuff you can mess around with now. You can even, as I said, integrate the Incineroar. Do I have the tech in this deck? I don't have the tech in this deck. Okay, I must have confused myself with a different deck. But the Reshiram is not in this deck. I thought it... Oh, I remember what deck I put it in. Aha, that deck will be out soon. It's another fire deck, so you can see how I got confused. Right, this is the list. It is fun. It is just powerful. It is really tight, though. It is really tight. You might want to consider dropping a Fire Crystal and adding an Energy Recycler, but then you are losing your kind of welder combo, which works so well with this deck. It keeps the Charizard going, and you can just hit some massive numbers with this deck, which unfortunately we didn't get to see here. But as I did show you in the Lost March game, I had the potential to throw in at 5 energy in one turn. Well, 6 technically. Which does show the potential of this deck and its one-shot capabilities, which I think is deserved. It is what is deserving of me uploading this video, I'd say, for the deck. And yeah, it's incredibly fun. So go try that for yourself and see what you think. But with that said, of course, leave a like if you did enjoy. And please do subscribe for more. There will be some more deck lists coming out this week. With that said, most importantly, please do take care and peace.